An oval display sparks debate.
Missing students are remembered.
And Urban Meyer is here to stay.
All that and more right here on Buckeye News Now.
Hello and welcome back, everyone. I'm Ritika Shah.
And I'm Ariana Bernard. You're watching Buckeye News Now.
What was meant to be a call to action on the Oval turned into a major debate. An exhibit featuring an actual abortion procedure on a jumbotron and large posters of stillborn babies was on full display on the Oval Tuesday. The group behind the displays is Create Equal, and they say they brought it to campus to bring awareness to the pro-life debate. Meanwhile, students on the other side of the issue protested nearby and expressed their views.
This is not the way to express your views. This is disturbing, it's brutal, and people that are passing by, their day is completely disturbed by these images that aren't even correct portrayals of what's actually going on.
You can have a dialogue with someone, but seeing the horror of abortion, you can't put a pretty bow on it. There's no way to. It is truly horrific. And so the goal through that is to have a discussion with people to show them the injustice, but also to talk with them about it and to see the truth.
Student life officials were on the scene offering counseling services. Campus police were stationed nearby as well.
3 years ago, the words "Long Live Zimmerman" were spray painted on the Frank W. Hale Jr. Black Cultural Center. Shortly after, the No Place for Hate Task Force was formed and continues to work with the university leaders to create a more inclusive environment across academics, student life, and campus culture. One of the events they host is No Place for Hate Week, which occurred this week on campus.
So No Place for Hate started out as a way to also bring about those student organizations coming together, collaborating, and helping support one another. It's very overarching because we just want to create safer spaces on campus, and then there are a lot of different identities for minority groups that need those safer spaces.
We think about how many students go to our institution and how your neighbor or someone sitting in the classroom could identify with one of these faiths, and trying to understand why.
Last fall, 43 students at a college in Mexico went missing. In January, some of their bodies were discovered in a mass grave. A group of Latin American interest organizations brought the late students' parents to Ohio State. Now these parents are hoping to raise awareness about this tragedy and ask for justice for their children. Lantern TV reporter Jan Schreiber was at some of these events to bring you more on this story.
It triggered mass protests in Mexico, and most of them turned violent. But now the families of the 43 missing students take their story abroad. A rally, a meeting, and a vigil have been organized in OSU's Multicultural Center on Wednesday, in what was the last stop for one of the 3 caravans that toured the U.S.
I mean, it's a tragedy that connects to our community, right? We are students too.
An uncle and a mother of one of the students spoke at OSU to about 100 people.
This has been a government-sponsored kidnapping. The Mexican government needs to be made responsible for what happened. The United States has to pressure the Mexican government into accepting this situation.
While the Mexican government says the students are dead, the parents claim they have evidence proving the contrary.
All the information that comes out of Mexico is according to the interests of the government. We will not stop until we find our children alive, because they took them alive and this is how we want them back.
The parents are speaking up on behalf of their children, but they have become the voice of many hundreds of thousands of people that have been killed and disappeared in senseless manner in Mexico in the last years.
From Mexico City and Columbus, Jan Schreiber, The Lantern TV.
The Buckeyes return to the shoe this weekend.
And find out why some OSU students took golf carts to class.
Stay with us.
3 months after leading the Buckeyes towards their 8th national championship, Ohio State football coach Urban Meyer has been given a contract extension and salary increase. Meyer will receive an average of $6.5 million per year. The new extension will keep the three-time national champion coach in Columbus until the year 2020, which is also the final year of athletic director Gene Smith's current contract. But before we look any more into the future, Buckeye fans should set their sights on Ohio Stadium this Saturday for the Ohio State spring game. This week, we brought in OSU beat writers Eric Sager and Ben Axelrod into the Lantern TV studio to break down the first Buckeye action in months. Take a look.
Who do you see stepping up in their respective units? Basically getting the job done from a leadership standpoint.
Well, I think first you got to start with the linebackers because they're the quarterbacks of the defense, the unquestioned leaders, no matter what level they play at. And the obvious choice here is Joshua Perry. He's going to be a 3-year starter. He is pretty much one of the biggest faces of the program.
You'll be able to watch our spring game preview with Eric and Ben on thelantern.com starting Friday afternoon. It's been much warmer this week on campus, and the Oval has been packed with dogs, frisbees, students, and footballs. It finally feels like spring.
But rain showers today have put a little damper on the outdoor activities. With the spring game on Saturday and the quarterback controversy taking center stage, record numbers are expected to fill the shoe.
And the only thing that could keep those numbers down is bad weather. Our meteorologist, John Bangoff, is here with the spring game forecast. John, what can you tell us?
Earth Gunner Arena, some good news coming up for the weekend spring game, but for today, still some pesky showers hanging around. High of 61 degrees this afternoon. Going to be a little bit cooler. I do expect a couple breaks in the clouds heading through your Thursday afternoon, and then as we start out Friday, the clouds do linger, but the afternoon looks to recover quite nicely. 71 degrees tomorrow, plenty of sunshine. There is going to be a light breeze. Going to be a downright beautiful day, and the same continues heading into the weekend. On Saturday for the spring game, high of 73 degrees, plenty of sunshine out there. It is going to be downright wonderful, so make sure you make plans. Get out there so we can fill the horseshoe. Spring game perfection. Heading into the day on Sunday, we do have another system that comes through, a cold front that's going to bring through some more rain. High of 69 degrees. I do have a chance for some thunderstorms as that cold front's going to come through in the afternoon at peak heating, so keep an eye on that. And then Monday, those showers do linger in the morning. I expect some clearing by afternoon, high of 65. Some colder weather returning next week, but stay tuned for that. I'm meteorologist John Banghoff. Back to you guys in the studio.
Transportation and Traffic Management held a used bike sale on Tuesday at the plaza between Knowlton and Hitchcock Halls. Bikes were sold for $40 via cash or check, and purchase was limited to one per person. The bikes up for sale were ones that had been impounded and unclaimed by their owners. In previous years, lines have formed well before the start of the event and can get pretty lengthy. Lantern TV was at the sale and brings you an inside look.
Last time they held it in the fall, we got here around 9:30 and we found that we were like 80th in line and there were 60 bikes, and so we just went home. And then we just remembered it actually, and so we came back, but we made sure to get here really early so we could get one of the really nice bikes.
If you saw some golf carts roaming around campus this week, chances are you were watching Scarlet and Gray Financial's BUCS Bus program in action. Scarlet and Gray Financial is an office under the Student Life Student Wellness Center at Ohio State and offers free financial coaching to students. I took a couple rides on the BUCS Bus myself to find out what it was all about.
65 OSU students took a free ride to class on Monday on a golf cart.
While they're getting a ride in the golf cart, they will be asked different trivia questions around finances.
Which of the following instruments is not typically associated with spending? Cash, credit card, debit card, or certificate of deposit?
Certificate of deposit.
Ding, 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 ding. Correct. All right.
Using a format like popular TV show Cash Cab, the BUCS Bus helped raise awareness about
how compound interest works, how it can work for you or how it can work against you, how to properly use credit cards, and then also the concept of credit and how that affects you right now and you in your future and your future choices.
One passenger said finances are especially relevant to college students.
I feel like it's a good possibility for other people to learn because finances are really important, especially since college students have overwhelming debt.
Another student said the learning experience was a positive one.
But it was really cool. I learned a lot more information. I figure I know more than I guess I actually knew.
But even for students who might not know all the answers, Mandy Schweitzer thinks financial wellness is attainable for everyone.
Because financial wellness is feeling secure about your finances today and also secure about your future. So that's what we want to do. We want to help students achieve their goals and dreams using financial literacy and financial capability so that they can do that.
For the Lantern TV, I'm Ritika Shah.
Well, that's all we have for you this week on Buckeye News Now.
Remember to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter and Instagram.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you all next week.